Stratos, a city raised into the sky so that all Ardanans might live among the clouds, free from the toil below. Seen here, in these sweeping views, captured by Scotty himself, as the Enterprise orbited Ardana. Let us begin our tour exactly where we should, at the very point of Kirk and Spock's arrival on Stratos. They materialized in the Cloud City Council Gallery, but saw only a small portion of it before being ushered into chambers directly adjacent to the gallery, where Kirk rested and Spock meditated on the separation between reward and hardship, privilege and suffering, and the illogic it normalized. Here is a clearer view of the quarters Kirk and Spock occupied during their brief stay on Stratos. Their contact with the inhabitants of the city was remarkably limited. They encountered only 3 individuals of note: Placis, the High Advisor, his lovely daughter, Droxine, and the Troglite leader, Vana. Like Kirk and Spock, we saw only a small portion of the Council Gallery. Let's now explore beyond the confines of the camera's eye to see more of the gallery's elegant gold-toned sculptures. And it is from this corridor that Kirk and Spock emerged in response to Vanna's screams, and where they first realized that this utopia possessed a darker side, a torture device within the Council Gallery itself. At a glance, it could be mistaken for another work of art, but its true purpose was far more sinister. The device was eventually removed following Kirk and Spock's mission here, as the division between those who lived above and those who labored below began to change. On Stratos, art forms the backdrop against which everyday lives intersect. And so, we begin our extended tour among the city's numerous art installations, largely empty in preparation for tonight's celebration. And thanks to the new High Advisor, Aeolus, we have been granted unprecedented access to the city. This Vulcan fountain, commissioned by Droxine, is the work of interplanetarily renowned master sculptor, Sarvek. Among the heads of state attending the festivities are Prince Dorian of Octavia 8 and his sister, Princess Lydian. As their private tour continues, the prince finds his attention drawn less to the artwork than to the docent herself, whose account of life below and the changes that brought her here proves far more compelling. Later, in this same gallery, the events of the day are discussed over a glass of Saurian brandy. Even within the private quarters of the city's inhabitants, art abounds. High Advisor Aeolus relaxes for a brief moment with his lovely wife Junara before preparing for the evening celebration. Meanwhile, Aeolus's daughter, Autolite, and her constant companion, Melanippe, take in the beautiful sunset from one of the city's highest towers. Prince Dorian, in his own high tower, gazes at the same majestic sunset, though his thoughts remain on the lovely Troglite guide he met earlier. And the streets of Stratos are home to a large assortment of retailers, boutique shops, merchants, and several of the best restaurants in this sector of the Federation. As night descends, the celebration begins, marking the first anniversary of a turning point in the planet's history, when those who labored below were finally welcomed to live among the clouds as citizens of Stratos. At long last, the city in the sky belongs to all who call this world home.